Hey everybody, welcome to KimmelsIrishPub.com. Time for another movie review. In tonight's movie, we're going to watch Rough Night, starring Scarlett Johansson, Zoe Kravitz, Ty Burrell from Modern Family, Demi Moore, and some other actors and actresses. So the synopsis of this movie is it's a bunch of girls who hire a male stripper in Miami and things go terribly wrong. That's all we know about it now. But I'm going to start watching it and check in from time to time and let you know how it's going. Hey everybody, want to do a quick check-in here for Rough Night. We're at the 18-minute and 45-second mark, early check-in. Two actresses I wanted to mention that are in this, Kate McKinnon, who is in the Ghostbusters, the women's Ghostbusters, and then the other one is Jillian Bell, who is from The Night Before Christmas, and or The Night Before, I think it's just called, and then 22 Jump Street. So, you know, some known actresses in this. So far what we know about the movie is the girls met in college and, you know, agreed to stay together forever, and it's 10 years in the future, and they're on Scarlett Johansson's character's bachelorette party, and they've just all pretty much arrived. Now, one of the things that I thought I'd pull out in this movie is there's four friends who lived in school together. 1 year, her junior year, Scarlett Johansson goes to study abroad, and then now we're 10 years in the future. Evidently she met a friend while she was over there, and she has now joined the bachelorette party. The reason I mention that is because there's some jealousy between one of the girls who believes she's her best friend and the Australian girl who joins the bachelorette party. So for me, it makes that uncomfortableness to watch. I know that's not really right word to use there, but you know, I'm uncomfortable watching, you know, when anybody is jealous of the other person, and they try and make it funny, but it's aspects of movies that I don't enjoy. So that's why I wanted to check in really quick. So far, no laugh out loud moments. Two things that I failed to mention in the beginning was that IMDb has this rated as a 5.3. And Rotten Tomatoes has it at a 47% rotten. So not a lot of potential based on that, and so far 18 minutes in I haven't had a laugh yet, and that's the awkwardness between the best friends thing. So that's all we got going on right now, but I'll watch a little bit more and hopefully it gets a little bit better, and I'll check in with you once there's something to share. Hey everybody, want to do a quick check-in. We're watching Rough Night. It's the 1 hour, 60-minute, and 55-second mark. It's been a while since my last check-in. Not a lot to tell. You know what the synopsis of the movie about. They're in Miami, having a bachelorette party, friends from all over. Something terrible happens, slight spoiler. They bring in a male stripper, and the male stripper dies. And there's some twists in there, but I mean, I don't think that's a big spoiler. I'm sure that's available online. Not ruining anything for you. So it's all about what do they do now? You know, to call the cops, whatever, all that kind of stuff. I'm sure you've seen plot lines like this many, many times. Very Bad Things might come to mind. Another movie exactly like this, except it's role reversal. One thing I will point out is they do have, speaking of role reversals, as the women are having their bachelorette party and partying and things like that, the bachelor party is, you know, a little bit different than normal. So they try and kind of play it off as, I think, as a role reversal. They are doing wine tasting and stuff like that, and cheeses, and you know, there's a point where he's talking to his fiance and they get disconnected, and now he thinks that they might be broken up or she's cheating on him, and then the bachelor party starts to discuss it, which is a little bit different than normal men would kind of discuss that type of situation. It's probably more about how girls would discuss that situation. So they play that off to try and gain some humor from it. But not a lot of humor to have in this movie. It is, you know, it's not very entertaining. There's a lot of potential. It's a very old story. Ty Burrell and Demi Moore are they're the neighbors of the place that they're staying at, and they try and interject some humor within there. Not very successful. Now they're at the point of the movie where all the girls start to turn on each other. So, and you know, they're talking about, you know, how they are, it's not 10 years ago, and they shouldn't be talking about stuff 10 years ago and all that kind of stuff. So very, very repeated plot. You've seen it before, so nothing more to tell. I won't drone on a little bit more. Probably won't check in until the credits. I'll give you my final thoughts. But if something should happen in the next 30 minutes, I'll check in before that. But if not, see you at the credits. We're here at the credits for Rough Night. There's really not much to tell that I haven't already told. As I mentioned previously, they were at the part where they all turn on each other and all the drama happens, and of course, as you probably can tell, then at some point they all make up and get back together and then happily ever after kind of thing. There's, the plot line has been done many, many times. You'll recognize it by watching it. If you do dare to watch it, I would save your time on this one. There is a lot of potential, I think. One thing I failed to mention is that Scarlett Johansson's character is running for senator. So, it's kind of in the background of the movie that she wants to become a senator. Not very important, but that's in there as well. No other redeeming value in this movie. I didn't find myself laughing at all. Again, it has the actors and the actresses to make it happen. Maybe I just, wasn't in the mood for it tonight. It didn't tickle my funny bone, but I didn't laugh or smile at all at this one. You don't necessarily always have to laugh out loud at a movie, but nothing even cracked me up at all. So, a lot of potential, but I think it fell flat. For me, I'm actually going to give it a 5 on this one. I don't recommend it, but hey, maybe you'll like it. And if you do, let me know. Give me your opinion. Share some comments with me. I'd love to hear what you think. But this was Rough Night, and it was rough to watch. So, come back again for another movie review, beer review, or fantasy football news at kimmelsirishpub.com. See ya.